Hey everyone, welcome back to another video with Zach and myself. Zach isn't obviously in the video right now, but he's right there behind the camera, thankfully. But, he has a very nice haircut and all that. But, okay, enough about Zach, too much about Zach. Today we're going to talk about a new smartwatch in the office. I like to consider myself somewhat of a smartwatch expert, in a way, I guess. I do really like them, and I spend a lot of time reading about them, researching about them, writing about them, and of course talking about them to anyone that will listen to me lah. But yeah, today we're going to talk about the Mi Watch because the question I get asked the most is very often, what smartwatch should I buy if this is my first smartwatch? So this might just be the answer for you. Let's go! Let me take this off first to give you a better look. Alright, so the Mi Watch is Xiaomi's latest smartwatch in Malaysia, and at a price of 469 ringgit, it's actually a pretty good value for money smartwatch. Or rather, it's something that I like to call a pseudo smartwatch. Alright, so a pseudo smartwatch is kind of like my own categorization of wearables, where it's a smartwatch that doesn't have the ability to install apps, additional apps after that. So basically what you get out of the box or over OTA updates is what you get on the smartwatch. So something like the Apple Watch would be more of a authentic smartwatch where you could install more apps and people are developing more apps, whereas this, well, basically what you get on the watch is what you get on the watch. Let's quickly run through some of the key things that you need to know about the Mi Watch first. So basically, I'm not sure who to look at, I think we'll look at you. So basically, the Mi Watch is a round-faced, simple-looking smartwatch. It has more of an understated look. Let me just give you a good view of it here. So I like that, it has this understated look. I like the minimalist look, and I basically like that Xiaomi has kept things simple. Besides that, this is a 1.39-inch. Let me turn it on. This is a 1.39-inch AMOLED display pushing a resolution of 454 by 454 pixels. It has a max brightness of 450 nits, and it's definitely bright enough for outdoor viewing. I personally think that the display is one of the Mi Watch's main strengths, especially at this price point. Alright, so for the build, the Mi Watch feels rather plasticky, but I'm actually okay with that at this price point again, because it actually feels well built. So there isn't like things moving around, doesn't feel creaky, and it feels dense, if that's the way to call it, but yeah, it feels well built. Xiaomi also calls this one of the world's lightest smartwatches at 32 grams without the strap. That isn't exactly featherweight compared to options like the Mi Watch Lite, which I think is something like 29 grams without the strap, or the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini, which is 19.5 grams without the strap. So those are definitely lighter, but at the same time, for a watch with a 1.39-inch AMOLED display or just a 1.39-inch display, it's okay. It's pretty light for a watch this size, and on the wrist, it actually feels really light, provided you're okay with a relatively big watch on your hand. Quabo. So battery life is one of the strengths of the Mi Watch. It has something like up to 16 days on a single charge, which means that you only need to charge it twice a month, which is definitely better than a lot of real smartwatches, and definitely more expensive smartwatches like the Apple Watch Series 6 or even Samsung's Galaxy Watch 3. So this battery life is pretty impressive, especially when you consider the size of the display. So in general, this is one of the strengths of the watch as well. So I've used it for a couple of days now, and I found the battery life again to be pretty impressive as promised. I haven't really had that much time to take it on runs and stuff due to MCO and also being a bit lazy as usual, but overall my experience with it so far has been really good. Besides that, the Mi Watch clearly has a sports focused approach. There is a dedicated sport button with a little red ring around the button, if you can see it. If you can't see it now, we'll show it in a B-roll, but basically when you click this button, it brings up over 117 sports modes, which is pretty much enough to cover almost every sport you can think of. I'm not the biggest sportsman, so take my words with a pinch of salt, but at the same time, yeah, most of the basic stuff should be covered within the sports modes. Xiaomi is also equipped the gold standard of smartwatch fitness tracking on the Mi Watch, SpO2 tracking, which is basically the metric that measures the saturation of oxygen within your blood. So this is measured with the optimized PPG heart rate sensor, which of course also measures your heart rate. And in general, this is one of the bigger upgrades it has over its smaller brother, the Mi Watch Lite, in addition to of course having a much nicer, bigger display as well. There is also built-in GPS on this, which is something that I feel that you must have on a sports-focused smartwatch, because without this, you would need to bring around a phone wherever you go, because you would need it to use GPS to track your runs or your hikes or your walks or your journeys, whatever. So that's something that it has, and that's something that I consider to be essential. Plus, this also has 5 ATM water resistance rating, which means that you can take this on swims, and it can handle something down to 50 meters of submersion, down to 50 meters of submersion. So yeah, that's pretty good as well. Okay, so is this the perfect entry point into the smartwatch world? I think it's definitely one of the stronger contenders out there. If you're on a tighter budget, you can consider its smaller brother, the Mi Watch Lite, at 249 ringgit. It doesn't have a lot of the same stuff, but it's still a good basic smartwatch. Rory did a good video on it to explain his first impressions as well, so maybe Zach, you can bring up like some picture over here. But yeah, watch that video if you have some time. The main difference you get on here, besides SpO2 capabilities, as I said earlier, is a much bigger display and a much nicer interface. I've always found one of the biggest factors in, basically a make or break kind of deal with smartwatches is its display, because a nicer display, I mean, you're wearing it on your wrist all day, so for me, having a bigger display is always one of the main strengths for me, as long as you don't mind the size of the watch. And plus, the interface on the Mi Watch is a lot nicer, a lot smoother, and a lot easier to use than the Mi Watch Lite, a lot more smartwatchy, if you will. The Mi Watch Lite is more of like a fitness band within a smartwatch's body, and you can definitely tell when you're using it. The Mi Watch, on the other hand, even though it, as I said, it's like a pseudo smartwatch, but at the same time, it offers a pretty smooth, refined experience. So that is the main benefit of this over the Mi Watch Lite, besides the size. There is one drawback, kind of a drawback, I guess. There is no voice assistant on this. I think in China they have Xiaomi. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Xiaomi? Anyways, yeah. The global variant is supposed to have Amazon Alexa, which is a really, really good thing, right? I was very happy to hear that until I found out that Amazon still has not pushed Alexa support in Malaysia officially, even though a Xiaomi representative told me that an OTA update for the Mi Watch will be coming that will bring Alexa support to the watch. But in Malaysia, no such luck. So it is what it is. So is this the best smartwatch for a first-time buyer? In my opinion, it's definitely up there with the best of them. You can consider stuff from Amazfit as well. They have a lot of good value for money smartwatches. I think the GTS 2E is a good option. Very similar specs and features as the Mi Watch, but it does have a slightly higher price tag. If you want the round face version, the GTR 2E is also a good option. Again, very similar stuff, but again, a slightly higher price tag. So the Mi Watch kind of wins out in terms of value for me. So yeah, the Mi Watch has a little bit of everything. As I said earlier, I really like how it has a simple, understated look. No chrome bits, no glossy bits, no Abing style design or anything like that. And it combines this with a really full set of features at a very, very affordable price point. So before you consider a more expensive option like the Apple Watch Series 6 or even the Apple Watch SE, which is still very expensive, or even the Galaxy Watch 3, you might want to take a look at the Mi Watch first, because it might already tick all the boxes that you need at a very, very, very good price, especially in comparison. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining us here on this video with Zach and myself. Thank you, Zach, for doing your job, but thank you so much guys. I hope this gave you a good idea on whether you want to buy the Mi Watch. Do let us know in the comments section if you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions, or if you already bought one and you have more thoughts that you think that I should know about. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this, remember as usual to give it a thumbs up, like our Facebook page, like all of our social pages, hit the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos from me and the rest of the team. And as always, remember to stay safe and enjoy life. Alright, so this is Nick signing off for now. Bye.